Morning ladies, welcome to Start the Week Stamping with Linda from lindaspapercraft.co.uk. Recently I've joined a group of fellow demonstrators and we're all trying to progress our Stampin' Up careers, and we've been following a course run by Stampin' Up, and a group of us from Australia, New Zealand and the UK and well Europe generally have joined together to start a tutorial group, and every month we're going to upload a tutorial. Mine was the peach spanner card, which is already up on my blog if you want to go and have a look at it. And however, Trish, who I think is New Zealand but I need to double check, she put a card up using this background, and so I've actually put her tutorial, I'll put it with the comments for this video. So she's got the full tutorial and she made hers as a 6-inch square card. Unfortunately I didn't have any 12-inch basic white paper, so what I've done is I've just slightly changed it, and also I think not everyone wants to stamp straight onto a card, particularly when you're just starting out, so I'm just actually I've cut out a piece of card and I'm stamping onto that. So this one is 12.5 by 12.5 and the card is a 13.5 centimeters square, largely because I have an envelope that it will go in, which is why I've chosen this card, but you know, you can do what you want with it. So basically, to achieve this background, all you need is a few inks, a stamping block and a spritzer with water in it, which has disappeared, which I had literally seconds ago. Found it. I was thinking I was going to have to start again then. So just a Stampin' Up spritzer with a little bit of water in. So once you've inked up the blocks, you can re-moisten them. And you can see on this, we're getting lots of different textures, and that's because I've moistened it by a different amount. Now on this one, I did draw lines, sort of one in the middle and one across, which is great, but I've got like groups of 4. Because the gaps here and here are bigger, so I'm going to try and do it freehand this time, which you know I'm not good at. So but in the tutorial Trish actually did suggest that you did it freehand, so right, so let's get on and I'll just quickly show you what you need to do. So we'll start off again with the pale papaya, and you are literally just ink up your block like that. Okay, take the lid off your stamper. Don't do it too near your card because you're going to get it right. I'm just going to move that slightly out of the way. And for a fair distance, you don't want to be really close. So I'm probably about, 15 centimetres away. And I've just gently sprayed some water onto that block. And then I'm going to place it. I don't know if you can see the ink is actually beading up. And I'm going to place that in the top corner there. So there we go. So that's got quite a bubbly one, although you can see the blending there at the top. So I didn't bother cleaning my ink blocks between the same colour, but obviously once you come to do the next colour, then you do. So again, about 15 centimetres away. Now that hit it directly, so I'm just going to do it once, and I can actually see little gaps where I got that lots of water on that block. So let's see what this one's going to do. So just stamping, continuing a straight line next to it. So I actually blew some of the ink away with that stamp, so you can see there's a gap there, and it's much more looser, it's much more blended there. So inking up again. Okay, and then just inking again. So I'm just going to pop that one there. I have tried measuring these and they do look square, but I'm not convinced. It does definitely seem to be shorter than wider, so I'm probably going to run out of space here, but let's just see. I think because Trish used a bigger card, she had more room, so maybe when you are using a smaller card you do need to put your lines in. So I put quite a lot on there, and I'm just going to squeeze it right in on the end there and you can see, oh, that's a lovely gradient effect I've got there. You can see it's darker on that side, lighter on the other. So then we're going to start the next colour. So I think I'm going to go for the polished pink again. So as you see, it's not perfectly straight, it's not perfectly laid out, but actually it still is going to give the same effect. Now this is a much darker colour, much richer colour if you like, so it's probably going to come on darker on here. So I'm just, oops, spraying in completely the wrong direction. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to come down a little bit. I think I'm just going to do the 3 colours on this one because I am running out a bit of space. There we go. And then we'll wet that again with the ink. And again, spraying. Wow, really got that one. Okay, I'm going to keep the sort of taller side. And I'm just actually tilting it so some of the ink goes back down to that corner there. You can see little rivulets of ink, and that has really splodged when I stamped. And look at that, I mean, again, every single one of these squares looks completely different, which is what attracted me to the card, that it's just, oops, keep spraying my arm instead of spraying the ink pad, the ink block even, so there. Okay, again, another spotty one. I'll really go for this now, right there. And over quickly and just splodge. So the more water you have on, the more the ink will spread out, as you can see. Okay, so itchy back. So I've cleaned the block again. We're going to use the Fresh Freesia. I'm just going to put the cloth there because my table's just getting wetter and wetter where I'm doing this here, just slightly off camera. So, right, so I was thinking if I do it fairly up, I should be able to get my green ones on the bottom. Oh, look at that. Love the way that that's all splurged out. So you've got the darker edge and then the lighter on the side. So, I wonder, I'm just going to print this one without spraying at all, so you really do just get the polka dots there, the little dots. How cool is that? So then I'm going to, it's definitely not a square, is it? I'm going to look in the catalogue later and just check. Oh, too close. And that, because I started stamping from this corner over to that corner, the ink went that way. There we go. Now you can do this technique with any of the blocks. You can get really good, I've used it before on this block. Just let me, I'll stamp this down and then I'll show you. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the 3 colours here, and I'm probably going to trim that off the bottom there. But you can play, you can have fun. It's so good. When you're doing landscapes and things, you know, we used to have a stamp called Lovely as a Tree, and this would look great with this one. This one's really good for this technique because you can actually do ombre effects on this one, so sort of have a lighter colour on one end and a darker colour. I think it's sort of Balmy Blue and Pacific Point or something, or Night of Navy or something like that, and then spritz it, and then you could have you know, a long piece on the side of the card, or you could do it like that and then stamp a scene over it or things like that. So there's lots of different things you can do. It doesn't have to be with the square blocks. So that's our little tip for the day. The other thing is leave it to dry because it's wetter than normal. You could try doing it on the watercolour card because you can see it is actually distorted, but once it's dried it dries flat again, as you can see. So, and then I've used the colour and contour stamps and dies, and then a few little gems just to finish it off. So really pleased with that. I'm really pleased with this. Have a play, make some different backgrounds. You could even mix the colours in, you know, you don't need to do a row of each colour, twisting your blocks around to get the different shapes. So there we go. So that's today's stamping tip, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.